When firefighters got on scene, they said the house couldn't be saved, and neither could the person inside.
That was that day. We lost it.
Once inside, the rubble and ashes covered in foam flame retardant, firefighters made the grim discovery, an unidentifiable body.
Bad enough they stabbed her to death, but to have to do that to the house too. They didn't want anybody to find anything.
What do you think when you watch that?
It's how close the neighbors are, and someone had to see something.
Police on scene say they also found evidence to make them call this fire suspicious.
I had a lot of questions about Linda's case from the very start. It intrigued me.
There's somebody out there, as a family member, somebody knows something, and you need to think about it because it's not going to go away. Not as long as I'm alive. Hang in there because we're coming for you.
Whenever you're ready, I'll have you sit down. Could you kindly pick your favorite photo of Linda for me? When you look at those photos, what do you see?
I see my sister when she was little. I see her as she went through life, and she's just a great person. And this one here is her graduating from high school. She was just happy-go-lucky. My name is Cynthia Booker, and I am Linda's sister. I took care of Linda. She's always by my side. She's always with me, laughing and cutting up. This is Linda. That's me when I was younger. And there's Linda when she was little. There's a picture of Mike when he was a baby.
Whenever she would come over, she always spent time with me. All right, my name is Michael Booker. Linda is my aunt. She was always, you know, like the cool aunt. If I needed anything, if I was out with my friends, I needed a ride home, I could always call her. She enlisted in the Navy. I was probably about 13, 14 years old. So in 2008, I was deployed. I came to work in the morning and opened my email and had an email from my mom. Just said that Linda was found murdered in her home out in Port Orchard, and when she was murdered, I was actually in Iraq, so I couldn't come home.
The task of finding clues is difficult, given what's left of the small, old Port Orchard house.
I wanted to understand what would lead someone to be so angry at her as to attack her and stab her 24 times and then set her house on fire. My name is Jennifer Buchholz. I'm a faculty member at American Military University. In 2022, my team and I put out a call for case submissions through the university. One of our students, Mike Booker, saw the article.
I thought, you know, what do I have to lose? I sent the email, not thinking that I would ever get a call.
The murder is pretty chaotic.
She was stabbed, the house was set on fire.
There was so much heat coming off the house that I couldn't, you know, get past the front doors.
She was about 5'2", 110 pounds. She was strong, from what we were told, but she's little. This person didn't come in and just overpower her immediately, which I think could be a clue that she was actually up against somebody much smaller, maybe even a female.
They didn't have any leads, wasn't sure, you know, what was going on, who done it.
It doesn't seem well planned out. It doesn't seem like the killer had any forethought of how difficult it actually is to take somebody out with a knife and what happens when that person's able to put up a defense. But the arson aspect is much more organized and sophisticated. We have not been able to rule out the idea that maybe two people were involved in it.
It is kind of a scary thought that, you know, something could happen like that, you know, to anybody.
Okay. So her house is circled in red, yeah. Linda's always on my mind. I printed this poster that I take every presentation I give. I always keep her up there too because that's how we got started and she really had a profound impact on my life. We've had pretty good communication with the Port Orchard Police Department who has jurisdiction over Linda's case. They had an unknown DNA profile that was found at the crime scene that they must think is linked to the murder. We could be very close to this case being solved. We've been on it for almost 2.5 years.
My hope for the case is that they find the person that did this. You will be found.
We were just devastated, just crawling in her, she's gone. But she's always in my heart. Never forget my sister. So I'm hopeful it's gonna happen.
Whoever did this, you know, whoever you are, your time is coming.
When I find out that answer, I'm gonna get all my family together that I can. We're going out to my mom and dad, my sister's graves, because they're all buried together. We're gonna sit there and tell them we didn't stop.